They don't want to know the truth. Right now, they're not in a position that makes them teachable to the truth. So it doesn't mean, again, that you don't witness about Christ or share testimony of your own life, but typically what you'll find is they'll interrupt you and they'll have their own story about, what the latest thing is that's meant something for them, and really they pay very little attention to the advice that they're given. So again, don't avoid witnessing or sharing truth or but if you make it your intent that I'm going to teach them, I'm going to show them the way, I'm going to walk alongside them and be their mentor, you're setting yourself up for tremendous heartache. Because the group of people that most often get sucked into this and get hurt and damaged the worst, which group of people around this person's life get hurt the most? Their parents. About 8 different times, the proverb says that there is no joy for the father of a fool. A fool ends up despising his mother because he doesn't want her advice and her nurture and her care. Except when he's all smashed up by life experience, and then he wants to move in with you and have you fund the next thing that he's going to do. And then reply in kind. I was in a phone conversation, and actually, I may share this next week because it's a better illustration of the next committed fool pattern, but at one point in the conversation, I realized that I was dealing with a fool and that I had to be very firm. I would only get about half of a sentence in before they would go into the next tirade. And so I realized I had to be very firm with this person. And I actually did something that if you take Scripture only in pieces, you would say, "Oh, Dan, you sinned." I called this person a fool over the phone. I said, "You are acting like an adversarial fool," which is next week's category of folly. And, "Oh, I can't believe you said that. And Jesus said never to do that, And it was, his belief system was very simplified. I'm just looking for, people that love me and love God and will enable me to keep on in my irresponsible behavior, was the tagline. And I wasn't willing to do it. And I wasn't willing to reorient half of my day around this person's agenda who was combative and argumentative and putting me on my heels. And I'm sorry, I don't want to use the church's money or my time to help somebody who's going to be. And I felt like, if I'm going to love this person, I have got to be firm. Maybe nobody has had the guts to stand up to this person and tell them that you're acting foolish. And no, there is more to Scripture. In fact, it says that if anybody won't work, don't give them something to eat if they're not willing to work. Now, not being able to get work is a different thing than not wanting to work. This person doesn't want to work, and so you got to be firm. Okay, so I'm off my soapbox now. But do you understand that there is a heart behind this? There's a compassion behind it. There's a love behind this. But you have to understand who you're dealing with in order to really be helpful in their life. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18 says that where there is no revelation, the people cast off restraint, but blessed is he who keeps the law. And so what I've done on the back side of your handout is list some things that if you really want to take hold of God's vision for your life, if you really want to develop a disciplined and a prudent life that works towards success through diligence and patterns of wise behavior, if that's really what you want and you want to stop falling into patterns of folly, then here's some things that are important to do. Give thought to your ways rather than just spout folly. Maybe you need to be quiet and just really listen to what God says and begin to take it to heart. Look at, so you don't think that I'm being harsh out of my own.
Our country is facing the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression.
Many here in the Inland Empire have lost their homes, jobs, or business.
There is fear, anger, and sadness in our lives.
As faith leaders in our region, we offer this message of hope.
Even in this dark time, God is with us.
God's love remains, and God's light will lead us to better days.
More than ever, now is the time to lean on our faith and seek the fellowship we have with others in our synagogues, mosques, and churches. We are not alone.
If you need help, turn to your religious community. There are resources available for you.
It is also time for us to reach out to those in the greatest need. If you are able, please go to your house of worship and find out how you can help.
Pray for each other and with each other.
May God bless all people.